Hello everyone and welcome back to another part of Let's Play Airlinesim. Today I have the news you guys have been waiting for this whole time. We have ended up in profit. Yes! It's a small profit, but it is a profit nonetheless, and I am ecstatic. So what happened here? Well, the first period basically it was just like 3 or 4 days worth of service, maybe even 3 days. You can see the major difference between the flight earnings. We earned only about 800,000 in the first period. Then last week we earned, actually last week it's Wednesday today, and the last period ended up in Tuesday. So yesterday we had the closing in the morning. So we earned 619,970 Airlinesim dollars. And out of that, we had a 7% margin, which moves to about 172,849 Airlinesim dollars. This means we still have lost some money. If you look at the balance sheet, our current value is only 9.9 million, almost exactly 9.9 million, because we have lost almost 300,000 in the first period. But this week I expect the same result, give or take 1,000, because this is balanced, rescheduled and remade airline, I would say. So yeah, it's working. It's working. We are off to a good start in the third try. I'm happy. I'm really happy. Let's look at some numbers. As far as facts and figures go, this is the first week that we have been active on this third try. We served 16 airports. We had only 84 flights. So you can see that the last week, the full week, we had serviced 25 airports and we operated 387 flights. We earned about 424% more, and most importantly, we have increased the revenue per flight to 6,349 Airlinesim dollars, which is great. Now, all of this revenue comes from passenger transport. We had a seat load factor of whooping 88.55%, which is incredible. It was increased by 9% since the first trial week, or the first week when we started operating, which is really important. And the revenue per passenger is $137. Now, this is the current week. This is to not confuse you, this is from Monday till Sunday. So these are numbers for the first 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We have already earned over 1 million Airlinesim dollars, and we managed to increase the revenue per flight by another $118, which is pretty good. The seat load factor climbed to 88.81%. So there is a small increase, which is also good, and the revenue per passenger is staying the same. So looking at these numbers, we should actually look for, well, maybe, it's going to be a bit better than it was last week. I mean, the overall numbers, because we have a bit more passengers on our flights, thus we earn a bit more on each flight. We also service less airports, but that is because, if you remember, I got rid of Graz, I think it was, in Austria. So we are down to 24 airports at this point. But yeah, this is looking good. So if we earn like 2.4 million, and now we have a bit more passengers, we might go to 2.5 million, something like that, so the profit should be around 200,000. But we're not going to stay at that. You can see that I still have a huge amount of cash at hand. I actually had 6.8 million this morning, but I got home today from Rome from my vacation, and I went over the numbers in about what seems like an hour, maybe a bit more. And I figured out we need to expand a bit. The fact is that we are currently operating 8 aircraft. We have 5 small Canada regional jets. We have 2 700s. And we have 1 900 series. So these are good. They're not very old. Actually, the 900 is pretty new as far as my previous airlines go. So that's nice. But we're going to grow to 10 aircraft this week. Now, we know that we are profitable. Oh my God, go away. I don't want to see you. So we are now at 8 aircraft, and we're going to grow to 10 aircraft. I already put in orders. Where is it? There's a leasing. Can you see it here? Nope. Okay, so let's go to... It's going to be under aircraft market. Yeah, your bids. So I have put in a bid for another Bombardier Canada Regional Jet 700 extended range, which is 18 years old. We're going to be paying $38,000, which is pretty good, you know, when you look at the current numbers. We have 2 of these already, and we're paying $42,000 for the first one. And we're paying $41,378 for the second one. So almost $43,000, and here about $41,500. They're 17.5 years old and 17.4 years old. This one is slightly older, but we're paying much less, about $3,000. Yeah, about $3,000 than the others. I also wanted to put in a 200th. But there are none on the market at this point. People have completely snatched them. And when you look at the family type, there's a huge number of these aircraft because, as I mentioned, someone has bankrupted or stopped playing. So a large influx of these aircraft gone on the market. There were, well, like 150 of them maybe altogether. But the small ones are gone. So I went and snatched one of these hundreds. We're going to be paying $23,000 for it, which in my opinion is pretty good. When you look at the models, we're paying 28, 21, 28, 24, and 33. So this one will be for 23,551, yeah. And it is 19 years old. We have some older, some younger, so it's going to be pretty okay, I think. So this one will be the second aircraft we're going to get this week. I'm not going to expand more. I'm going to incorporate these into my fleet and tweak the prices, you know, play with it, see what I can do with them. There's actually quite a lot of things I want to change because our, especially our business class isn't working well for us. And I see a big potential there to increase the revenue. So this is the changes that we're going to do to our fleets in this week. So the Canada Regional Jet 100 is going to start flying to Krasnodar in, wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I have done a little mistake here. Yeah, I have put in extra flight. I have 5 flights scheduled, 1, 2, 3, and we can only fly to 4. Okay, well, this one isn't supposed to be there anyway. This is supposed to be here. Okay, so Krasnodar. Actually, let's put them like this. I'll fix it. Okay, like so. I'm confused a bit. Okay, anyway, what's gonna happen is that the Canada Regional Jet is gonna fly to Rostock. I also plan to put it on Kharkov route. It's going to fly to Innsbruck. We're going to try that one. And Krasnodar. So these are the 4 routes that it's going to fly to. I'm going to switch and put the new Canada regional jet that we have on the Brno route that we have already, because that one is just booming. And the old 200 that's flying there is going to start flying to Ostrava, which is going to be a new morning route for us. The second route that is the 700 is going to fly, I'm going to try to send it to Donetsk. Is that Donetsk? Isn't that, no, that's Dnipropetrovsk, right? Yeah, that's Dnipropetrovsk. So that's the one that's going to fly. In the evening, afternoon, maybe, you can call it evening. I'm gonna do a bit of a switch. I noticed that my flights to, where's the inventory? My flights to Petersburg are not doing all that good, especially the flights there. We have a lot of vacancy in the business class, and it's not getting better. So I decided that even though the return flights are completely full, I'm gonna put a smaller aircraft on this route. So the 700 is gonna take over this route, and I'm gonna put the new 900 on a route to Rome Fiumicino, incidentally the place where I just flew in from today. Rome Fiumicino is an interesting thing. I have checked it out, and as it turns out, there is only one daily flight to Rome Fiumicino, and that is by an airline. Where do we have that? It's Italy here. And that is by an airline that I do not work with. It's called Airlinesim, and it's a direct competitor to my two biggest interlining partners that I have in the game. By that I mean that this company is not working with Helvetia Air. Actually it's working with Union Air, but it's not working with Helvetia Air. And Helvetia Air is the biggest player on Warsaw Airport. So I'm thinking that this route is basically that there's no connection to Rome at all at this point for all the Helvetian Air flights and for my flights. So it might work. I'm going to risk it and I'm going to put it there. We'll see how it works. And I'm going to put the currently flying Canada Regional Jet 900. Yeah, I'm going to put the one we have already to Rome from Petersburg, and I'm going to put the new aircraft to Petersburg. So that's what I meant. Now, this one, okay, I can see the problem here. Okay, I'm going to do a little switch in the night flights as well. I'm going to put the current 200 that's flying to Prague to Bremen flight, because Bremen are not doing very well. And I'm going to put the currently flying Bremen aircraft to Prague, because those flights are completely full. So that's one thing that I'm going to do. And now I have to choose whether we put the Canada regional jet to Krasnodar or Zielona Gora. I'm going to put it to Krasnodar. That's a new route. So we'll see. It might go to Zielona Gora if we don't have... Zielona Gora is a domestic flight. Zielona Gora, in case it doesn't have enough rest during these flights to have a complete maintenance shuttle going on. So those are the new routes that I plan to open. There's not much to say about the current situation. We are completely green, which is great, with two exceptions. Bremen, and I already spoke about that. Do we have the inventory here? Bremen, you can see that it's not good for a Canada Regional Jet 700, but this is pretty good for Canada Regional Jet 200. It's almost full here, and it would be completely full business class here and nearly full here. And on reverse, I think the numbers are a bit worse, but they work as well. So that's good. And Prague, which is going to be the place where I'm going to switch it, is entirely booked. So the extra availability will be good for us there. The second problematic destination that you can see here is Naples, but that one is nearly green. If it was above 60, I think it would be green. And we have pretty good numbers flying there, and we have decent numbers flying back. So it works. It's nothing horrible, and I want to keep a connection to Naples. It's gonna fill, in my opinion, as we go, because I know that Naples worked in the previous scenarios pretty well. These flights should be pretty good anyway. What's the profit? I'm losing 88 Airlinesim dollars on it. And the return one, like this one, we're losing 800. Yeah, it's not tragic. And there's quite a lot of connections, so I'm okay with that. So one thing that I would like to mention is that I started working with a new airline. Wait, it's not interlining here. I think that might be the biggest difference that I have at this point, and that is that I'm not only working with Helvetia Air on Warsaw, but I'm also working with Union Air, which is another fairly big European airline. And these two, together with Helvetia, are making a massive amount of turn on Warsaw Airport. So I'm going to show you how we're standing there right now. Where is Warsaw? God damn it. Always keeps changing. So Warsaw, when you look at the Vico departures, have the two biggest players here. Helvetia Air, 1,356 Vico departures, and Union Air, 843. So we have over 2,000 Vico departures to feed from and to feed into. We're also working with the Ukrainian airlines. The statistics on Warsaw Airport are pretty interesting. You can see that Helvetia Air is doing almost 33% of the overall market share, while Union Air is doing slightly over 18%. We are here with 4%, but we're increasing gradually, you know. Now we have 4.18%. Last week we had less. We had 3.75%, and the week before we had nothing. No, we had 0.77% because we were just starting, you know. So this is pretty good. We have no say in cargo, and again, the numbers are pretty the same. Helvetia Air and Union Air are the top providers. We have access to that as well. So I was actually thinking of starting running some cargo flights. But I'm not entirely sure if it's feasible at this point anyway, so I'm gonna say no to that for now. For now, we're gonna focus on this market share. I would like to get to being at least number 2 or number 3 would be good as well. Currently we're standing here. 4.18% is not that bad. We're lowering their... Oh, Union is increasing their share? Really? Oh shit, man, they are. God damn it, they're growing in our airport. That's not good. I'll have to be careful. But yeah, we're working our way up, and these airlines are just going up. Whoa, next one, what the hell happened to you? Next, did they cut some flights? I guess they did. Interesting. So that's about that. The biggest destination, you know, of course, is Poland, and we have nothing. We have literally nothing there. But the Czech Republic, we're actually operating quite a lot of flights to Czech Republic, 2 connections now, and we're going to be increasing that as well. But again, yeah, we're in green numbers. So I hope that getting those... Actually, we're in green numbers for this period as well, which makes me really happy. We're going to be still paying a large sum. We need to earn at least $1 million more in profit so that we don't lose money in the end. We have about the same amount of salaries to go with, so yeah. But yeah, I hope these will help us a bit in the future. We need to increase our share. We need to get more passengers up there, and yeah. Generally that. The game doesn't trust us though. It still rates us BBB which is kind of bad. The return on equity is screwing us up, and also a profit margin of only 7% is ranked slightly lower than it should be, but whatever, it's still profit. I'm so happy. I never saw green numbers before in these free playthroughs, so that's the biggest thing. Okay, I guess that's all that I wanted to tell you guys now. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed the good news. We have a lot of work ahead of us because, as I mentioned, especially the business class is just not working. It's good here, but here you can see the numbers going down. Brno is good. For example, Donetsk, there's a gap. Dortmund gaps. Dresden is doing good, but Graz we cut. Kaliningrad okay. Leipzig gaps, so that's the biggest problem. We need more business passengers. I don't know what the problem is with that. So it's kind of sad. But really, it's the business class that's fucking us. We could have way more airline. But yes, sir, completely full in economy and business is way lower. I'll have to probably cut the prices, but I don't want to do that. That's a bit sketchy in my opinion and not all that good. Also, one last thing before we go. Moscow is not doing us much good yet. For example, the incoming, inbound flight from Moscow is good, but the departure one is not doing us that many favors. Vnukovo is not full either, on both legs, so we need more connections. It's generally just a thing of connections. We're very small. We were somewhere around 15 to 16 aircraft last time, so I'm hoping it's gonna get better. But yeah, Rome, and the other destinations that we're gonna fly to, so here and here, are gonna help us. So, I'll see you folks probably in a week when I have some news for you. And till then, you guys take care and happy flying.